my gosh. What's up, everybody? We are here. We're about to do a live stream in person here. We're actually at Jake's office, and he's going to go to his desk in a minute. But huge day. We are giving away 20 My Funded Futures accounts. 20. Someone said that scared them. We're sorry, Jake's super loud. I mean, wake up, good morning. It's time to get
I've drank a lot of coffee today, so I'm ready to go. I'm very excited. Thank you for having me, Tanya. Let's crush it.
No, let's go.
Let's
go. He's going back to his desk now. Hope that woke everybody up there. So let's add Jake in here. And then let's add Jake, let's start with your what do you think?
With the charts on the market?
Yeah, what do you think?
So I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. If you were gonna ask me like 20 minutes ago, I was a lot more bearish, but we're getting a large bounce. At the moment, I'm still thinking downside. We'll see how we open up, but yesterday's low is like on the NQ is 37s. I'm kind of watching that area to see if we hold a downside 1, 2, 3 or not. I don't know. I'm flexible though. I'm flexible.
Yeah, we always gotta stay flexible. How do you think that this week has gone? I mean, honestly, did you expect such a large down day that day on Wednesday? I didn't expect that much.
I wouldn't say I expected that much, but I
think you were in shorts, right? And you're like,
I sold early. Everything I've done this week, I've sold early, which is fine.
Yeah.
I talk about in trading good problems to have and bad problems to have. Selling a position early is a good problem to have. That means you're working on your skills, just holding it, right? So
I agree.
So yeah, no, nothing. So I'm a happy camper with the week so far. I'd like to close out on a strong note though. I do think there's potential. I don't know for sure, but I mean, obviously no one knows for sure, but I do think there's potential. There's a level I'm watching in the NQ at 19,716. And I could see a world in which we go down and trade that today. It would be aggressive, and I would need the exact setup I want to be looking for that. But I think 712 is not like, if we get the downside breakout, that's not crazy. I'm thinking that might be in the cards.
Okay, so how would you describe like your style of trading?
I trade with the trend, and I look for the overall trend to do the work for me. So for me, if the overall trend is down, and I look to catch a lower high on that downtrend, write it down, and let the trend do the hard work. So my hard work is identifying potential lower highs and potential higher lows, and I ride the higher low, and I short the lower high. That's really, at its core, that's the basis of what I do is long higher lows and short lower highs. I believe if you can do those two things well, you put yourself in a good position.
I think, okay, yeah. Someone asked to use the VIX.
I don't, but I have students who use the VIX. And one of my a couple of really good traders that I respect, they use the VIX. So I don't. Do you use it?
No, I'll just notice if someone mentions it's higher than usual, but I'm not looking at it too much.
I don't look at it much, but I feel like I always kind of know.
Yeah. Is it on your watch list at least?
It's not on my watch list, but I'm always kind of aware.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also feel like I can tell the way that I trade. I use signal bars and entry bars, so my stop losses are based on the candle sizes, and one individual candle is usually my entry and stop loss. So I can always tell when the VIX is elevated because it's just bigger stops, right? That's what I was talking about the other day with someone. Market conditions don't really change that much for me. It's just the size of the stop. And so if the market is really volatile, the VIX is high, my stop's probably going to be more like 50, 60 points on the NASDAQ.
Okay.
If I can manage, if the volatility is lower, I'll probably be able to find an entry with a 20 to 30 point stop. So it really just, for me, volatility just means different size signal bars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And do you look at volume?
No.
Okay.
No.
Neither.
Nah, no volume.
Okay, you guys, to enter the giveaway, first step one, we're going to put a form in the chat. So look out for that in a few minutes. And then we'll do it as per usual. Be throughout the stream, we'll be randomly picking winners. So if you haven't heard before, we're giving away 20 My Funded Futures 50K starter plans. And I think this is the biggest giveaway I've done yet.
Oh, same. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this is fun.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Let's get it. Hit the like button so we can continue doing these giveaways. Check out Jake. His information is in the description if you want to check out his socials. But Jake is like one of my like top 3 trader friends for sure. Like it's hard to find real people in this industry.
Yeah.
And he's one of them. He's a real one.
I'd call us real life friends. We hang out with non-trading intentions, you know?
Yeah, we don't really talk much about.
We don't talk much about trading, which is nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of like whenever we hang out, we'll spend like a couple minutes recapping the frustrate, both being like, "Oh my god, that was annoying," and then it's on to non-trading stuff, which is great.
Okay, so I'm just putting up that form in the minute, you guys. But we have about 7 minutes until the open, and we had PCE today, actually, and we didn't really move too much off of that. I don't see much of a reaction there.
No,
we didn't. We moved down and we completely took that back up. So we're back above 8:30 open. So
down here at these lows, I had a lot of FOMO, and I was like, man, why did I? There was a couple of obvious shorts I felt like.
Oh, okay.
And I am very happy now because this rally back kind of caught me off guard. The thing for me with my trading that I'm a very big believer in is that you need some sort of level to use as a reference point for your trades. That way you can have some context as to where we're going next.
Yeah.
The only level, there's no actual levels that I use in the area right now, which means that my conviction is a little bit lower in and of itself. The only thing that you could use as a reference point is the previous day's low, and for me, that's still a good enough reference point, but it's brought my quality down a little bit because my trade, what I believe the setup quality is down a little bit, just because there's no levels in the area.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, we will have the opening print, so I'm excited to see. Excited to see what that shakes out to be. What do you think about the market today? What are you thinking?
It's like we had a Wednesday high of the week. I mean, I don't think that today, I don't really have much of a bias that we're going to go lower because we completely filled in that gap up now on ES from Sunday, and we've kind of been holding it.
We have.
So it's like yesterday, actually, we just took previous day low, right? Is that what ended up happening on ES? And on NQ, we also did that. But right now, ES is a bit stronger. It's above previous day low.
Yeah.
NASDAQ is like kind of fighting it right now.
NASDAQ is at war with it right now. Yeah.
Right? Like, did you say that that's your point?
That's my reference point for the day. Yeah.
I typically will do that as well. As well as like, I really like this. I mean, that gap from Sunday. I mean, we completely filled it. Then we tried to rally yesterday and then we failed. I wanted more upside yesterday. I held quite a while on my longs and I added, and like, I'm trying to just add to my positions. And, I'm practicing that. And that's just like a little bit of a new thing I'm doing. So it can't be perfect.
No, yeah.
I ended up just getting stopped out like in small profit on that. Because, I mean, I wanted at least a 50% retracement. And then now we are going lower, but like we took out previous day low already. So it's a tricky thing, I think. Yeah, I think it's a tricky thing. It could potentially still go lower though.
Yeah, I have no.
Yeah, the more I'm looking at this daily.
The daily still one of the things I like to look for in trading and the phrases I very much like to use is the path of least resistance. I like to take the path of least resistance. And sometimes in trading, that's the not so glamorous route. But I think that looking at this chart, the path of least resistance as of now feels like low, like under previous day low. I don't know, but we'll see how it shakes out. But that's my initial thought. Going into the open here, 4 minutes away, my initial thought, I agree with you. Flexible, open-minded, but if you put a gun to my head and you said, which way are we going? I think I would say that the path of least resistance is lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more I'm looking at it now, because I was just making this form for the giveaway.
Yeah, you've been in work mode, yeah.
We'll put it in the comments in a second, you guys. So that's why we also have Jake's charts up.
Yeah.
But I think we'll see at the open. I mean, it's a little difficult because 8 a.m., 8:30 news tried to go lower. It didn't. So we'll see if it, if that's a battle again. I mean, it looks like, NQ is rejecting previous day low right now. Do you ever enter any trades before the market opens?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I do like to, I don't mind trading before the market. I try not to give myself boundaries on the timing just because there usually are good setups. But times I'm not open-minded. Okay. I mean, I'm not closed-minded.
You're not open-minded.
Sorry, I'm not closed-minded.
Okay, you guys, we're about to put step 1 to the giveaway in the chat. So this is step 1 so that we have your we can check whether you're subscribed to both of us. So definitely subscribe to Jake. It's in the description of the video. And then you also have to have an account with My Funded Future, so then we can easily give them your information to add the account to your registered account with them, right? So then we're going to use that, and then later on we're going to be the usual thing where we put hey, type whatever in the chat, and then you'll be entered, and then we're going to line up your username with that email. So anyway, that's how the giveaway is going to go. There's step 1, which is basically fill out this form, and we're going to put it in right now. All right. All right, did I go in the chat? There we go. Step 1, pinned. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. ES has a level at 57.38.
Mm-hmm. 57.
It tested it overnight and rejected, so we don't need to test it again during market hours, but
okay,
that would be an area I'm watching. All right, market open. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Tobias Harris over me.
What happened? Did you read a comment?
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite basketball player, Jimmy Butler, once went on a very aggressive heater and yelled this line, "Tobias Harris over me," and now it's like a little inside joke in it.
Got you.
All right, so we're seeing a little shove lower first, but on the NQ at least, interestingly enough, the ES is fighting for its damn life. The YM is also holding stronger.
You also look at YM?
I do. I watch all 4. So YM, RTY, NQ, and ES. I believe that there's value in paying attention to the 4 because in theory, they should move together. The expectation would be that they're all moving in a similar direction at a similar pace.
Okay.
And when they don't, that can offer some insight into where we may head next. This is a pretty weak open from the Nasdaq. The 15-minute chart
Yeah, it's not looking pretty there.
No. We'll see how this bar closes, but the 15-minute chart looks like a lower high here and room down. We got two levels to the downside I'm watching, 8-2 twos and 7-12. I wouldn't be surprised if 8-2 twos gets slammed pretty early here.
Mm-hmm. And do you have, what is that, the DOM on the right?
Yeah. So when I trade on TradingView, I just straight up enter on TradingView too.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, that's how you'll enter. But are you using that to like for analysis to see like about your trade or no?
Most of the time my TradingView is just for pressing buy and sell. I have another screen over here I'm a Thinkorswim user by heart.
Okay.
So I have all my charts up on here. Yeah, so this is really just for streaming and for pressing buy and sell on this one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which right now I'm on a
Yeah, quite the weak open.
Yeah.
We already have, it's been 3 minutes and just down closed candles here and now. Yeah, I can't believe that Jake uses Thinkorswim for charts. Like I hated using that. I tried doing that when I first started, and it was just kind of clunky for me. It was just so hard.
I love TOS. I have some arguments with people about that sometimes. They think TradingView is better, and I will die on my Thinkorswim hill. I love it.
All right. Oh yeah, you guys, we forgot to put the poll in the chat. Oh, hey, Tori's in the chat. What's up, Tori?
Tori, the queen.
Tori, come back to New York.
Yeah, what the? You left us hanging here, dude. It's an interesting rally back so far. We've shoved underneath the overnight lows, so I would expect us to give a little bit of a bounce after shoving under those overnight lows.
Yeah.
I don't think that we'll overall hold here, but we could.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's see. Trying to give it the first 15-minute bar anyways. One
yeah,
of the
me
things
too.
I like to remind myself sometimes, especially during the open when I'm feeling a little frisky, it's usually not great when I put on a trade in the first 5 minutes of the day. That can feel like the longest 5 minutes ever. Yeah. Because you're just like, it opens and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do everything. I want to do everything. I want to do everything.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I like to see first 15-minute candle for kind of like a sentiment or to see, is that the manipulation candle? Mm-hmm. Is that a nice wick, like wicking overnight lows and then back in the range, then potential more upside? Or is it just like a straight dump showing like, yeah, we're continuation potential?
For sure. One of the things that I really like on days like this, and just generally, period, flat, is the opening print. The first, so 9:30 a.m. open every single day. And the reason I'm a big fan of that is, at least on the QQQ, or when you use regular trading hours, that's essentially your daily bar, whether it's green or red, right?
Yeah.
If you're above the open, you're green. If you're below the open, you're red. Yeah, it sounds simple. Yeah, I get it. You would be absolutely shocked how many times a simple thing like making sure you're long above the open or short below. You would be shocked at how many headache trades that saves you.
Which open?
9:30 a.m.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So do you only long above that or below that?
It's not a hard rule for me, but on days like this where I'm kind of not sure which direction I want to go, it's a pretty strict rule. I would
So you're
like
only
us-
longing above the open?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I'd like a trend above the open for longs,
Okay.
and for shorts, I'd generally like us to be beneath the open. That's how you
Solid.
catch them up. If you look at the biggest trending moves in the market,
Yeah.
they offer you some sort of insight and entry.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Someone said it sounds like he's in a tunnel. We're in the same room though, and we use the same mics. Maybe it's like you're not close enough to the mic.
Yeah,
The mic's closer to you.
Yeah,
Or maybe he's just like loud booming voice, I feel like. Yeah, Jake's a loud person.
I am loud. I'm very loud. That's how I operate naturally.
Let's see here.
Okay, so far we're rejecting that opening print, but I'm going to use this as a good line in the sand for me for right now.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. Okay, so I'm going to put up my charts.
Yeah, throw them up.
Let's see my charts for a second. So we got Nasdaq on the right, ES on the left. You guys, today is 10 a.m. moderate news. We're definitely going to do like 5 winners before that. We're going to choose 5 winners. We're giving away a total 20 accounts today. So it's revised U of M consumer sentiment. And I've just noticed those U of M news releases at 10 a.m., they may say orange folder. They're pretty much like red folder news recently.
That one's at 10:30 a.m.?
No, it's at 10.
Okay, got it. So 30 minutes into the day. Okay.
You know, one interesting thing here is at the open, ES did not take out that 9 a.m. low. So that's a potential divergence there that could lend its hand to more bullish prices. Like that's what I like to look at as a potential indication of a reversal for one of the first ones. So you see NQ made a lower low there and ES did not. And now we are, you know, coming back up again towards the highs, those pre-market highs.
Whole lot of day left. Whole
lot of day left. The first 15-minute candle of the day is like
it's presenting a lot different of a story than what was being told in the before the market opened.
Yeah.
This is where the opening print is key to me. This truly doesn't mean that spike under, because I think a lot of times people look at spikes under or over pre-market lows or highs and they're like, that's the end all be all. This is nice, the fact that we swept that overnight low, but if we don't hold above the open, it really doesn't mean anything, right?
Right.
It doesn't mean a lot.
Right. So yeah, ES is above 930 open. NQ is still like wicking, struggling. It's fighting it right now. I have previous day low here. I should change that. Previous day low. Okay. You guys put a comment in the chat if you want us to collab with Tori, if you want to see Tori in a live stream in the future.
Tori, where you at? You left us hanging in New York here, dude.
Yeah, what's up, Tori?
Why'd you leave us? Why'd you leave us?
She left. You got a lot of fans in the chat. Can you guys hear the sirens, by the way? That's New York for you. Let us know if you can hear the sirens. You know, like we said, the daily here at NASDAQ. Let's see.
Yeah, patience. 10 minutes.
I mean, we're already red on the day. Like, this is what's kind of difficult. If I was bearish bias, I would, you know, previous stable low would be a target, but we already took that out. So it's kind of like, yeah, gotta let the market. It could just consolidate a bit before the next distribution because it took out that level. And we took out pre-market low already. So this could just be a retracement or consolidation.
At this point,
So-
given the rally back in a dream world, I'd like to see NQ test yesterday's low, and I'd like to see
Yeah,
ES
get above
test
it. Yeah.
5735. We might not get it, but I'm adamant about being patient on it.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's like every person that I know that's a successful trader is like always talking about patience. And like, I've been asked, how do you remain so patient? It's literally like you just learn the lesson the hard way from not being patient, not waiting for your confirmation. You get bit in the ass, honestly.
Yeah, even as you go through your trading career, you'll continue to kind of deal with that on different levels. Like I even had a stretch in the beginning of March where I felt like I had lost my patience and I was just slamming orders and just so it's not something that it's not a switch that gets flipped and you're like, oh, I'm perfect now. I'm very patient. I wait every day. I write in my handwritten journal. I'm like,
yeah.
See what the words I wrote are. But yesterday I wrote, patience does what you need it for, which is for me not doing stupid shit. Okay, so we're getting NQ above the level, above the opening print, retesting that previous day's low.
Yeah.
We got the data in 17 minutes. I'm curious how that goes, but that's a strong 15-minute bar in the NASDAQ. That's
yeah. This is about to be the first presented fair value gap on the day, you guys, for NQ at least. For ES, there is one here. And it has wicked through it, held it pretty nicely. So we'll see if this ends up doing decently. So right now, the NASDAQ's down 0.3%, ES is down 0.16. Okay.
All right, that's a harsh
That's a harsh rejection there. No fair value gap there on the day on that. I was looking for, oh man, I was looking for more upside there. No, nope, no confirmation. That's rough. The 930 candle, we don't count as a fair value gap. Someone asked about the 930. I don't count that. And ICT doesn't count it because it's there's no previous candle there at 930 on the RTH. Do you check out RTH?
Yeah.
Okay, use that.
RTH is a very big part of what I do.
For gap fills and stuff?
Just for everything. I love RTH. I believe that most volume occurs during RTH, so I'm a RTH stickler.
All right. People keep saying 935 for first presented FEG. Oh, there is one. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, chat. I didn't see it. It's a small one there.
This is a 2-minute potential lower high that's triggered. Well, let's see. I'm not.
Right.
If you told me that you took the short, I wouldn't think you're crazy, but I'm going to wait a little bit. We have the data coming out at 10, yeah. But this is theoretically a trigger. I just don't.
I don't see NASDAQ full screen right now. The daily. The issue is, you guys, if I wanted this gap filled, like yesterday, we couldn't hold it up. We couldn't hold up this ES completely repriced its gap, and then it went lower, and now we're lower again near that yesterday's low, rejected it. So it does look pretty bearish.
Still
like
a lot that can happen.
Like I said, I kind of on days like this, I want to see a manipulation somewhere on the upside first if I want to go more downside.
This potential lower high I was looking at, I did the math on the R into the level, and it's 1. And so anytime that there's, I just have no interest in a 1.
You don't take a 1-to-1 R.
I won't even get out of bed for it.
No, okay. Typically me either. What's like your minimum to get involved?
I like 2.5.
Really? If it's a 1.5, you're not doing it either?
It depends. If it's a really good chart, a really good chart, and it's a 1.5, I'm not opposed. But the vast majority of the time, I believe that for me, the math that works the most is 2.5. Yeah, I mean, is what I look for minimum. I like bigger than that, honestly. I'm a very what's it called?
It looks
I'm a
pretty
very
good.
process-based trader, I'd say, and also I know my math well.
Oh yeah.
I know my math well. I know my math well. For me, I do not do great the more trades I take is typically not great. I'm better on less trades. I'm better on higher R targets, and I'm good at holding. When I get a winner,
Yeah.
I can hold it for 2, 3, 4 hours without much of a problem.
I mean, yeah, you're right. That is a lower high, intermediate term high. For me, yeah, on the hourly, we completely filled in this hourly FEG also. And this hourly candle is looking quite weak right now. Yeah, we made a lower high there.
You can see it on the 2-minute that looks like one. On the 5-minute, we've also technically triggered. It's just right now it would be about a 40 to 50 point stop.
Yeah, that's where I don't love it.
Yeah,
I've done it before though.
We got the level at 822s. It would basically be 1R if we got to that level. And I like I said, I'd have no interest, right? So
yeah, where'd you get that level for 822?
I got 822. I have 822. I have 716. It's a unique level system I use. It's not no fair value gaps for me. Not that I have anything against them.
Yeah. Are you just like looking at different points where price is tapped into?
Yeah. It's too complicated to explain over this one, unfortunately. But I'm very specific on the levels, and they're a bit of a headache sometimes. But it's a bit of a headache waiting for them, because that's really what. Honestly, if I were to look back at my stats, I would probably find that like 50 or 60% of my losing trades are because I don't wait for a level.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so would you say it's like more performance based than based on your strategy not working? It's more like human error.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which I think is most traders. I think that most traders' losses, you either take a good setup that fails, or there's human error. I believe there's so much discretion involved with trading. It's hard to not have human error.
Yeah. There's always something like to improve on. There's really, very rarely where I'm like, I'm happy. Like my performance was like A+.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy when it is. So you guys, we tapped back into this first presented FEG and NASDAQ, and then we bounced there. So we'll see. I'd rather wait until the news also, because I'm not for downside. I mean, I can see us continuing lower, but we already made a low of the week on Friday.
The 15-minute chart is.
Yeah, we got a dog here too.
You want me to get her out of there?
Yeah, she's trying to get out.
I got her. She's blind and sometimes can't see cords.
You guys want to see bring to the camera? Jake has fostered a
12-year-old blind dog.
Yes.
She's the best, but she can't really see very well.
See.
She's also pretty deaf. So she can't really hear very well either. Kind of a Helen Keller situation, if we're being honest.
Oh my God. Okay, so most people's bias 41% bearish, 37% bullish, 21% neutral. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I came into the day, I was like, I am leaning towards the short side, right? And then now I'm looking at this 15-minute chart. I need more data before I do anything, because if you ask me, could this be the low? The answer is yeah. 15-minute, it could be the low. So we swept underneath here. We're now getting back above the opening print. So if I'm looking at a 15-minute chart thinking, damn, that could be the low, then it's hard for me to press the trigger on actually entering a short.
Yeah. So far, we have a lot of whipsaw back and forth action, honestly, throughout the day. Like, there's no clear trend right now.
No. Another key thing that I like to do sometimes to remind myself and keep FOMO out of the equation, I like to look at the QQQ or NQ daily, whichever one, and just remind myself of the size of the candle. So if we look at the QQQ or NQ bar today, it's a really small candle. And I'm like, if I look at a small candle like that, I'm like, all right, how much room did I really have to make money. And today's action so far, I don't really see like there was a lot of room to make money. I am watching this.
Yeah, right now, like it's a pretty small range, right? Let's
Yeah.
like I love to measure it. Yeah.
I'm
What's
watching.
a range so far in the NASDAQ? It's only 100 points, 102 points, and ES it's
Yeah, it's
20 since like the New York Open since 9:30.
You gotta think about that though, because the 100-point range sounds good. But
Really
then
small in NASDAQ.
it's small in NASDAQ, and even if it's not, but you just unless you're top picking and bottom picking, you're not catching 100 points. You know.
Yeah. Rick needs to go closer to the mic. Where's your mic? Oh, I think he's pretty
close, guys. Yeah.
Someone said, Tanya, where's your Saratoga water at? You need it to be successful. I actually filled this up with Saratoga water and electrolytes today. Thank you very much. Someone said, do I have a YouTube interview with Rake? Would be a great video if not.
I haven't done an interview or a podcast in a long time. I've been persuaded to try and do that. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. I just have no idea. I have no idea what else I would say in a podcast. But you made a good point last night. You're like, you can't assume that everybody's seen all your previous stuff.
Yeah. Like, especially my audience. Okay. Here, ES is making, there's no more SMT, you guys. ES is taking out that pre-market low now. It's looking quite bearish there.
All right, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely, had we not had data coming out at 7, which I hold through data a good chunk of the time, but this first
market recently, it's been really difficult. Like it's been like 10 a.m. data has been like 100 points.
Yeah. It's nice. You look at the 2-minute chart here. The first potential lower high entry that set itself up to stop was.
Here, I'll put up your chart on the screen.
Yeah. The stop was like 60 points, so that kind of kept me away. If we didn't have this data coming up, what I would have done is look to go short underneath this bar's low, with a stop above that bar's high. So that would have been about 40 points of risk, as opposed to the 60 points of risk. But okay, wait. I want to see what the data does first.
I think you're so loud. The mic, my mic is picking up your mic, your voice too. That's what's happening.
I'm gonna be a little bit quiet.
No, it's okay. I put my mic maybe on the other side of me. Yeah, that makes sense because I'm gonna be talking here. Okay. It's good. I'm getting a lot of energy. Typically, I'm definitely not as booming. Okay. Someone said, Jake, is this new? You have no coffee now. He had his coffee. Dude, today.
I had 2 cups of Cafe Bustelo. The best. It's Colombian, I think, but the Dominicans in my neighborhood drink it, and I've been adopted by them, so I got to drink it too.
Yeah, because you get Dominican haircuts too.
I did. I don't anymore because as much as I loved them, it was like a high fade. Like I just do not look good. I went to a guy who was like telling me my head shape and stuff, and he was basically like, "Dude, I love you, but I would not get a single one of these haircuts ever again. It's just not good for the shape of your head." And I look back at videos, I'm like, "Damn."
Yeah, you have a big head.
I do have a big head.
Someone said Dominican barbers do God's work.
They do.
Jonathan Cabrera says Jake is my dad.
JC, I love you, brother.
All right. So, you guys, while we wait, it's about time. We're gonna give away the first 5 accounts.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see. It's so funny. Every time I try to like log into this raffle thing, it like goes automatically to Spanish. It's like I have to change it back to English. I've run some raffles in Spanish before. Okay. Widgets.
This certainly feels like lower.
Yeah, it does.
Someone responds to me and they go, "Yeah, Jake, not gonna lie, you do have a big ass head." Thanks. Thanks, dog. Actually, they phrased it, you have a big ass dome piece.
Oh my God, that's too good. Oh my God, that's funny. Language, English. Widgets. Oh. It's still in Spanish, even though I put it in English. Whatever, it's fine because it doesn't matter. It just says Ultimo Ganador. Okay. Okay. We'll
What
share it.
are the odds
We'll
that
put
we
the
hold
command in the
here?
chat. Okay, but this is the rule, you guys. After we choose 5 of them, do not keep spamming the chat because we're going to change whatever the command is, okay? So I hope that you're listening.
Listen to Tanya. She knows what she's talking about.
Okay, so here we're going to do this. Type MFFU in the chat to get entered. And we are going to share my screen in a second. Yeah, it's working. Present. Share screen. All right. So just type that in the chat. We already got 53 people entered. Type MFFU. And also don't forget the first step to this giveaway. Otherwise, we won't have your information. Step 1 is you have to be subscribed to me and Jake. His links are in the description. But more importantly, you have to fill out the form that's pinned in the chat. All right. Okay, there's only like 117 people so far, so we're just gonna pick the first one who is the quickest. He's gonna have the best chance. So let's go. While we wait for news. Drum roll, please.
Let's go.
Arma Blue, type something in the chat to claim your prize. Nice. Okay, second winner. Second winner. You only have to type it once. I promise that you're registered. Danian Research, type something in the chat.
What was the name?
Danian Research.
All right, welcome. Research to hell. All right, we got data came out. The level has been tested on the NASDAQ at 22s.
All right.
Looks like a strong reaction to the level so far.
Ooh, that's your level that you had earlier?
Yeah, 822s. That's part of the reason I didn't go short earlier was because the risk reward, that was within my target.
Yeah.
And you could have a limit sell there or I could have had a limit there to close the position. So like theoretically that trade would have worked.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't use buy limits like that, or I don't use limits to close my position. I let the trade play out, and usually I want to let it run.
Right. Yeah, I like to also see like the reaction.
I probably wouldn't have got a good exit on this short.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with my decision so far.
Okay. Sounds good. So Danian Research did not claim their prize, so we actually have 4 more to do. Okay. Next winner, next winner, next winner. Who is it? Will it be? Who will it be? All right. Oscon Gaming. Oscon Gaming, type something in the chat to claim.
Woo!
All right. Let's see what's going on with charts right now. I'm going to pull up your chart on the... Okay, yeah, they're still wicking. Let me know if it ends up like continuing to the
I got
upside.
you. Yeah.
To the upside.
I'll let you know if I'm doing anything.
But right now, it's kind of wait and see. It's wicked both sides now, it looks like. Yeah. All right. Next, let's... Oh, Danian Research did end up claiming it. Okay, I guess it just had to.
Very particular.
Okay, Danian Research, you all will be getting your prize. Sounds good. Looks like it just had to load it, I guess. Okay. Winner number 4. We're choosing 5 winners right now. We will choose more throughout the stream because we got 20 to give away. Make sure to fill out the form. That's step 1 of the giveaway.
It's a long drum roll.
Josh Wantiera. It takes like 30 seconds for them to choose who it is. Josh Wantiera already quick with it. Okay, number 5. And after this, you guys, I will be cleaning this out and we'll be not using this command anymore. So do not spam the chat after this winner, okay? All right, let's accept the last winner. You should put like the Jeopardy theme song.
Yeah.
Is that copyrighted? I wonder if that's copyrighted.
No, it's probably might. I don't know.
I'll sing it for you guys. Do 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 do. Anthem. Type something in the chat to claim your prize, and then we will clean out fresh slate. So stop typing the command in the chat now. We will continue giveaways throughout the stream, but right now do not type anything more. Okay, so we have our 5 winners here. Once you are cleaned it out and delete this command, because look, some people are not listening. Okay, and now dude, stop typing in the chat. There we go. No, there won't be any more. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna put up Jake's.
Jake is fighting. Jake is really thinking about taking a short. They just don't want to get run over. So he's waiting, but I just don't know. This chart is screaming 7/16s to me, which is the level right there.
Oh, here, My Funded Futures gave us a donation. Cheers, $100 donation. Cheers to the best 2 traders on YouTube.
Hey, yo.
Number 1 day trading stream on YouTube. Hit the like button, you guys. The next giveaway, we will start giving away when we hit 1250 likes on the stream.
Hell yeah.
3,200 people watching.
Woo! Thank you to My Funded Futures. We love My Funded Futures. My Funded Futures, you're my OG. You're my baby. And I'm very, very grateful for you. My live account is very, very grateful for you. Mm-hmm. I just hit my 6-month mark the other day on that.
Oh.
So I've had that live account for 6 months now.
Wow.
Which someone told me I was getting cooked in the comments earlier. My response is, when you can show me those stats like that, I'll listen.
I agree.
I'll listen. Oh, man. Let's see. We're getting a retest of 22s. No good signal bars, though.
Hmm.
All right, 822s is cracking. ES is room and is headed down to. ES has room down into 5693s, but I really think it'll get to 5660. 716s is on the way. All right.
You put members only for a second and then turn it back on to subscribers only. Because these people that keep spamming, they don't realize what's going on. Yeah, it's just dumping straight. Okay. Okay, put on subscribers mode again, Castillo. Thanks. Yeah, we just straight dumped. Like, ugh, we dumped through that 10 a.m. candle just now. Okay.
I'm not the happiest camper that I missed that short. That's not usually a trade that I skip either. And this felt.
Which one would you just take, the lower high from before?
There was
The
two
4th
lower
minute?
highs on the 2-minute that I would have taken with an entry beneath the bars low, the stop above the bars high. And then I was thinking of fighting demons to not take a short in here, but I didn't like the data bar. Oh well. Ain't gonna change anything by talking about it. Let's see if the market wants to give us another entry. It probably will require some more consolidation, but
I think so. It's totally possible for more downside move here. You think we can go for like last Friday's low?
Wouldn't shock me. Yeah. What is last Friday's low?
19,600 too.
That would be I mean, that'd be a full outside bar on the weekly. That wouldn't shock me. My target for downside
That's last week's,
716. Once we get there, I think I'm a little bit more flexible, but I do think 716 should trade. So that's kind of why I think that it might be today might end up being a miss for me. You heard me on the stream earlier saying I like trading from levels as my reference point. If we go from 822s down to 716, pretty straightforwardly, that's a trade that theoretically I should be in, and I should be capturing. But that's in a dream world, I'd love now, which is going to require some patience, but in a dream world, I wouldn't mind a little range here, a little bear flag, and then boop, then taking the short. But we'll see. I don't even know if we'll get that, honestly. The market looks like it doesn't want to get. It looks like it wants to go straight to 716s. Yeah,
sometimes it just runs away from you.
Sometimes it's like straight level to level. 822s down into 716s. Gosh darn. But that's right.
It'd be like that sometimes. I mean, yeah, like I noticed too late about that the intermediate term high completely filled in that hourly fair value gap, you guys. Let me see. Let me share my Let me put up mine. Yeah, I just noticed this like way too late. This intermediate term high formed, completely filled this in, and we were rejecting again. But the issue was we were already taking this out. For me, it's a hard trade because we already took out that previous day low. And then, I waited until news that the wick happened. I just kind of was waiting for some kind of manipulation, but it's been pretty low resistance run lower, lower highs, lower lows so far. Let's see here. Yeah, I wouldn't really go for Friday's low completely. I'd probably go for some standard deviation or something. It's like, what's the manipulation leg or something? Just this, I would suppose. Yeah, it's on the 15 for NQ. See any standard deviations to the downside or failure swing? This is a failure swing. I like to just do that. Jake's like fighting the.
Oh no, I can't do anything now. I'm annoyed because we're about to. At least I guess the positive part is you can hear me go back. If you rewatch this stream, you'll hear me say some words like, I think we can go from 822 to 716. And that would be a level to level move that theoretically I should have taken the entry right here. So it'd be about 170.
Would you have just taken the break of that low of the wick from 10 a.m.?
No, I would have taken. There's 3 entries that I liked. One was at
I'll put your screen up so you can show us.
Yeah, put my screen up. Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm not beating myself up because there was valid reasons for me to have skipped these trades, but there was a potential lower high within the first 15 minutes of the day. I skipped that one because the signal bar was big. That's fine. This second one that I skipped at 750, I skipped because it was pre-data. I don't do that. I normally take trades into data. I think data could work in your favor. So the short underneath that bar's low with a stop above that bar's high would have been another potential lower high.
Yeah.
And so I like those.
Okay. I think the issue there was the stop was like 40 points. You said,
which is fine. I'm cool with the 40-point stop because that my target in there would have been
like really large.
100 and.
I've taken larger stops. Does this one?
Oh yeah.
You need to.
It's just this one. I mean, you can see it right now. You can see it work out. The stop here would have been.
Yeah.
Exactly 40 points, and the target down into 712s. It would have been about a 4R. So that skip was regrettable. And then the last skip I had is down here at right above, which I don't. This one I'm not mad at myself at all. I don't like shorting into low daily, even when I get a valid setup to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just not great at it. So I'm okay with avoiding that one. If you're somebody out there who caught the short from 822s to 716s, I'd be a pretty damn happy camper on the day.
Yeah. For sure. The bulls, they let up their levels. I mean, yeah, I see it. Friday's low. It could happen today.
Is that last Friday's low?
Yeah.
Yeah.
602.
Around
standard deviation negative 0.25 for ES, and let's see for NQ not quite as much, but let's see.
If 716s doesn't even put up a fight, this is a scary thought. It should try to hold. It doesn't. I don't expect it to hold, but it should try. I mean, right now it doesn't even look like it's.
Yeah, the 750 level I have marked out. It's like 50% of the Friday's daily wick, and it's like a nice round number too, 750.5, and we just splashed through that. So NASDAQ is down 1.4% and ES is down 1%. Okay.
This is quite a miss for me. I'm not super happy with myself right now. This is because when you play the math game that I play, 2.5 to 1 R to R, when you get those, you really don't want to miss them because every R matters.
Yeah.
That's deep breaths. Deep breaths. Everyone typing shoulda, coulda, woulda. I love you all. I haven't checked the YouTube chat once. You can ring me a new asshole as much as you want.
Oh, is somebody telling you that?
No.
Are you just thinking that in your head?
Someone saying shoulda. Someone said everyone's typing coulda, shoulda, woulda, blah 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 blah. I'm like.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. So you are reading the chat?
No, I'm reading
your Discord chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someone was like, they're all shitting on Jake. Someone go save my boy. I'm like, don't worry. You guys shitting on me on my YouTube does not change.
I mean, this is real trading. Like you miss a trade here and there, and like you get annoyed because you watch it dump without you, and that's just how it goes sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'll happily listen.
That's if you have a long trading career, and plus, we're multitasking here with them giveaways. The next giveaway will give out 5 more My Fun and Futures 50K starter accounts. Once we hit 1250 likes on the stream. Yeah, I mean, that's just the reality of it. Typically, if I'm doing a huge giveaway on my stream, it's
no, you have a good excuse because you were locked in on that. I don't really have an excuse, which is why I'm kind of annoyed at myself. But
it's good to it's not good to give to take excuses. You gotta take responsibility, and that's it. Then you journal it, you move on. I think that was interesting. Yeah, that 10 a.m. wick. Yeah, we just push through. Free falling.
NQ has room. I mean, 464s would be crazy today, but if we're putting in this kind of first hourly bar.
Yeah, last 15-minute candle was really a huge dump down right now.
Hourly close will be important. We close the hourly in 11 minutes, and in 11 minutes, it's the first hour.
Are you looking at the hourly from 9:30?
Yeah, I look at it from 9:30. That's when that's the first true hour of market open.
Okay.
So if we close that bar under 716s, it's not a super pretty sight.
Someone's asking, are we searching for a reversal now? No way. I'm not looking for a reversal in this kind of environment.
I'm not looking for a reversal. For me, in order to take a long, I'd need a structural shift. So I'd need something where we get like a climatic move down here, get back over 716s. We try to go lower multiple times. We fail to go lower, and then I can find a higher low. But even that, again, the other thing is the opening print is really important for me, right? So the opening print being very important for me. Like I said, I'm not super interested in shorts, or excuse me, in longs.
Longs, right. We're well underneath it.
We're well underneath it now, There are times where I take a long looking for a larger reversal. I'm not saying that, especially when we're in an area like the 716s that I think can hold. But it's aggressive. It's aggressive. It's aggressive. After missing a short earlier, I'm not super keen to try and catch a reversal.
Nah, yeah, me neither. And like if I think about the weekly structure, it's like we had a Wednesday high of the week, now we're at making Friday low of the week, you know? So why would I really want to do that? It's not like we've been going down every day of the week.
No, and two things that I believe I'm really good at as a trader is one, I think I'm a really good loser. So when I'm wrong, it's very easy for me to be like, oh well, and move on. And that's the skill.
Yeah.
And I'm also good at when I don't get what I want, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay stepping away. So for me, the biggest annoyance is that this was again that level to level from 822 to 716. Theoretically, I should have caught that. I should be in it. But since I'm not like going to beat myself up about it.
Yeah. Okay. So we hit 1250 likes on the stream. It's time to do the next set of giveaways. We're gonna do the next set, which is like we're giving away 5 more 50K starter accounts from My Funded Futures. And to do that, you guys, all you have to do to enter, I mean, obviously, step 1 is pinned in the chat right now. Fill out that form so we can get the account to you. And then step 2 is type in the chat this 50K giveaway. Okay. And yeah, if you're subbed to the channel, which you have to be for the giveaway anyway, but just to make sure, you'll get entered twice. There's a Reba. See, some of your names are funny. Jimmy Trades. That's not such a funny one, but sometimes I see some really good ones.
Excuse me.
Let's see. Arma Blue, you already won. He's trying again. All right. Menace, I noticed you. Bum, 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 bum.
That's a 2-minute lower, 2-minute lower high. That is incredibly aggressive. Couldn't even get
another 2-minute lower high.
It's not. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That this is a singular bar pullback. So like,
yeah,
if that's the consolidation we're gonna get for entries, I'm apt because there's just no way I'm taking a 1 minute, a one bar 2-minute pullback.
Yeah,
it's not enough.
Yeah. I'm just about to refresh this. Oops, shit. Well, 50K giveaway. Oops.
This is 464.
I will not refresh that
really
again.
Tracking down here. 464. What happened?
Nothing. There we go. Because it wasn't updating the participants.
No.
I was like, oh, let me see if I refresh it. But then I just like cleaned it out. But it's fine. People are gonna type it again. 50K giveaway. And then I'll choose it. Choose one in a second. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, NASDAQ's just, killing.
Yeah, that's really weak. I mean, this isn't an entry I'd ever take, but this is a 2-minute potential lower high. We've got several of them now on the day. Just simple candle analysis. Really was straightforward in that sense. The entire day it was just potential lower high, potential lower high, potential lower high.
All right, I'm just gonna let this load a bit because it seems like, yeah, it needs like to load the people on there. I'm gonna put your chart back up on the stream. All right. Okay, there. It's loading now. You guys were like free falling towards last Friday's low. Oof. Free falling. Oh, Okay. Oh, okay. Now it's definitely loaded more. Let me see the chat here. Okay, giveaway, 50K giveaway. All right, let's choose the first one as we're free falling. Let me see the 2-minute. X Swifty. Type something in the chat to claim your prize.
X Swifty, like
Yeah, there we
previously
go.
Swifty?
No, just X, like the letter X.
Oh, okay.
That'd be kind of funny though. All right. Next winner. Bum, bum, bum. Rapper. Some of these names are funny. Let me try to read them. I see Menace again. Drop. Someone like it's like their URL name. Okay. Online Matt. Let's go. Online Matt. Type something in the chat. That's our next winner of the 50K starter account from My Fun Futures. I mean, you just said you have your live account with them for 6 months now, right?
Yeah. It's I don't know if it's technically the longest lasting one of my Fun Futures. It's definitely the largest balance. It's definitely the largest.
Oh yeah, your equity curve is crazy.
My equity curve is crazy. Yeah, I was able to turn a $20,000 starting account balance into over 6 figures, and that's over the course of 6 months with a 1 to 2 contract limit. Once I got it above 6 figures, I started to use a 3 contract limit.
Yeah.
So I'm now giving myself the ability to use 3 contracts, but it's been a proud accomplishment for me so far. I'm trying to just keep the math. Again, that's a very math-oriented account. I have a specific daily loss limit. I have a specific contract limit that aligns with that daily loss limit. I think that you should only have access to a certain number of contracts. But yeah, that account's been a very big prideful moment for me. Yes, 20K into over 6 figures in just about 6 months. So
crazy. Like
yeah.
Jake's one of the best traders I know. Like honestly, top 5 for sure. What do you put PLH up? What does that mean?
Potential lower high.
Okay.
Now all of these have confirmed into lower highs.
Yeah. So then you're basically shorting the retracement as it's forming the potential lower.
Yeah, I'm trading with the trend pretty much. So
Yeah.
on the trend, like on all these, as they've set lower highs, potential lower
Yeah.
highs, that's what I've been. I haven't taken any of these shorts. To be honest, the only
the one that you probably liked is the one.
This one up here is pre-data. That's the one I really wanted. It was pre-data.
Yeah.
And that would have been about coming up on 300 points now. And I am able to hold winners really well, so it wouldn't shock me if I was still holding some part of this one. But
all right.
Yeah.
Using giveaway number 8 now.
Let's do it.
Number 8 out of 20. Hit the like button. Like this is my biggest giveaway I've done.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was saying.
Let's see here. Someone's like name is just a bunch of T's. Bum, 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 bum. A. Mitchell. Congrats. Type something in the chat.
Let's go, A. Mitchell. Okay, I would love, in order to find myself into a trade here, the only way that I'm permitted to do that now is on a retest of 7/16s. If we can manage to get back up here and retest that, and on the hourly chart, we set up a 1, 2, 3 to the downside. So that's what I'm looking for. So now I'd like this bar to rally back to 7/16s and then set some sort of doji, set some sort of.
All right, I'll show your thing in a second. We're choosing number 9 now. Sorry. I'll put yours up in a second. Winner number 9 is Amari Johnson. All right. Type something in the chat to claim your prize, and now we'll add Jake's chart back up. So what are you talking about? You want to pull back to the 7/16 area.
Yeah.
What do you mean when you say 1, 2, 3?
A 1, 2, 3 pattern is a candle pattern with a large trend bar, an inside bar, and then another large trend bar. So we had the big trend here, trend bar on this hourly chart. Now I'd like to see some sort of
Oh,
inside bar.
okay.
I mean, we're already breaking the lows though, so I don't.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
it's already breaking lower. Yeah, no, I saw like that up close candle at first, and now it's continuing. Just made a little tiny dip.
Any consolidation here is good though. I just basically like us to consolidate for the next hour, and then if we can consolidate and even test a little bit higher, then maybe we can get another entry.
What would you target Friday low?
464 is.
Oh, okay, like a huge. Okay.
Yeah, if we get that particular setup, 464 is. There's also something at 577, so 577s could hold us up.
All right. Okay, you guys. Let's do winner number 10 out of 20. Bum, ba-da-dum. You gotta put some music. Let's see. Is Jeopardy copyrighted? Yes, it is. Let's see. And Castillo, okay, congrats, T-Mal. Type something in the chat to claim your prize. Winner number 10 out of 20. We are just straight dumping. Holy crap. Oof. It's 10:30. Okay. All right, we got our first 10 winners. So now cleaning this up. Later in the stream in a little bit, we're going to do our next batch. So don't spam the chat. Castillo, switch it to members only so that people get the gist, because people will just see others spamming and continue. So let's see. Let's add Jake's chart up, and then I'll put up my chart in a second. Share screen. Window. Share. Okay. This is the only thing I saw. Like after we broke below the 50% of the hourly, it had a tiny wick inside this 1 minute to go for Friday's low, but I didn't take that. So now on the 15, it's another large candle to the downside after this one. Let's see on the hourly. You said, yeah, the hourly just finished. How does your hourly, how are you seeing your hourly chart? Is that on Thinkorswim?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do it on TradingView too, RTH, but yeah. So the hourly bar got that really weak close. It would be pretty shocking to me if we reversed that first hour candle of the day. We need to have some sort of slam lower first before that happens, but I just don't know if I see that happening. This chart to me is still screaming lower. It has not offered an entry. At least for the way that I trade. This is a 5. Can you tell my chart on?
Yeah.
This is a 5-minute chart here. Like I said earlier on and throughout this, I like to short lower highs, right?
Yeah.
On the 5-minute chart, we really haven't gotten a single pullback, right?
In
order to create a lower high, we need a pullback within the trend, which means that we need a pullback before continuing lower. We have not gotten that. So I'm trying to remember that. That's a frustrating thing because I really should be in from up here. So that would have been in my favor if I was in. But trying not to let myself beat myself up too much, because none of these ones are really my ideal entries. I like 5-minute pullbacks to get, especially for shorting. I'm better at longing. So longing, I'm okay into highs. Shorting into lows is hard for me. Yeah, we call it. I call it Mr. SCW. Mr. SCW, very, very famous trader. Probably, arguably, Mr. SCW is arguably one of the greatest traders in history.
Who's that?
Mr. Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. Mr. SCW, Mr. Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a trader who's as elite as Mr. Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. That guy, he is very accurate in what he does. Yeah. All right, we got NQ coming into 577s now. Again, I don't expect 577s to hold, but there's something there, so we can watch that. At this point, 464s feels likely to me, but we'll see.
Yeah, we just took out last week's low. So that's an outside candle on the weekly so far. Yeah, it's an outside candle on the weekly. Period. Oof. Yeah, I mean, actually, like, what was it? Yesterday's open, we were just making that the top wick of it. So again, today, today, what's the range on the day? We are down 430 points. Okay, what's the ATR recently? So I'm going to look at the average true range, just like the last 5 days. It's been like 410. So we've already expanded past that. It was quick, 435. We took out Friday's low. And I mean, like, really, it's early still. I mean, it's 10:30. I don't really see us reversing at 10:30 on a Friday, really, like to the upside. So
Yeah,
this is the cards. Yeah, like you said, what was your level for
464s. I'm trying not to get. Sometimes this happens to me where on a larger move down, which theoretically my target was already hit, right? My target was 760.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard and you keep going. And
so
going.
It's hard now because the trade setup that I was looking for was 716s. Now, so I do this sometimes when we go underneath my targets or above my targets. I sometimes get a little bit hyperbolic. It feels like where I'm like, okay, we have to get to the next level. We have to get to the next level. We've already hit my target, so now I'm gonna try to keep a fresh perspective here. It'd be hard for me to long this, and I'm trying to keep a fresh perspective and not force my way into a short that I didn't really want, right? Like, I think that.
Yeah, it's hard because like you said, on the 5 minute, the only pullback was a 940 pullback.
You had to go short before the data, which again, I'm gonna be honest. Most of the time, I do that. I do not.
Yeah.
I do not skip trades because data is happening. That's like I feel very confident in me saying that and doing that. I hold trades through data. Yeah, it stings you sometimes, but a lot of times that it's
distributing towards your target.
Yeah, the phrase.
For me, it really depends on the structure, I guess. Yeah, for me, it depends on the structure. If it's good, if it, like you said, like
it's all about the structure. Yeah, if the structure's not in your favor, then you don't want to be in that trade in the first place. But there's Al Brooks once said, and one of my former students just mentioned this earlier today. What?
Use his stuff.
Oh yeah, Al Brooks is huge for me. Yeah. Al Brooks is giant. I believe Al Brooks is one of the most influential traders of our time, just with the candle analysis. One of my students earlier was saying something that news just does what price was going to do anyways. I kind of live by that. I believe that the news or the data was already price is already kind of leading us in that direction. The only thing I'll say is that this was a large move down very fast. I normally, if you put this hourly chart in front of me, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be like, yeah, we're going to keep going lower. But it was a very fast move. And so that's part of the other reason. Right now, what I'm doing, because remember, my trade setup kind of already happened, right? My move down.
Yeah, we moved 280 points since 10 a.m.
It's like what I wanted. And so because I didn't get that, now I have to start weighing options, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing you're doing when you're weighing options like this is you have to say, okay, if I was to take another trade, what is it? What would it be, right? Like, what would I want it to look like? Yeah. So for me, I would want a retest of this 716s. Now we've spiked lower first. If we get a retest, I don't know. I'm not going to beat myself up if I can't find an entry. if I'm not going to find an entry in here.
What's your do you have a cutoff time for your last trade?
I don't.
Would you trade lunch?
I will. Yeah, I do. I'm a big believer that charts make moves when they are going to do it. They wait for no one would be the right way to phrase that. Trading waits for no one. And so that's why, like last Friday, for example, I had one of my better trades of the year. I caught a short. All of that occurred in the 50 minutes before market open.
Okay.
And I made no money on the rally back during market days. I only made money on the pre-market big drops. I'm a believer that whatever, if you're looking at a chart and you see a signal bar and a trigger into that trade, no matter the time, no matter like it's valid to take. What I try to avoid is overnight, early in the overnight session. So like the first couple hours when we open back up at 6 p.m. Eastern, I try to avoid that because I've learned I just don't really do well in there. Outside of that, I give myself permission to take trades during any time of day, whether it's midnight, whether it's 7 a.m., 8 a.m. So when I'm trading futures, these setups, I think they wait for no one, right?
Yeah.
Like they really,
okay.
Yeah. And so there was part of me, there was actually a 15-minute trigger pre-market today. I don't know if I probably would have gotten stopped out on it, but there was a 15-minute trigger. Yeah. So there was a 15-minute trigger with a 1, 2, 3 pattern right here. We have a bigger red bar, an inside bar, and then the break underneath. That's for trend range trend. That would have gotten stopped, but I was debating taking that pre-market.
Right, I remember you saying that. The short you would.
Because I don't discriminate by time of trade. Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit about your live funded account.
Yeah.
So you said that you took it from 20,000 to over 6 figures and only trading 1 or 2 minis at a time. Right?
Yes. So once I got to 6 figures, and then I had some drawdown from there. So I hit 6 figures, and I bounced between like 80, 90K, 100K. But once I hit 6 figures, I gave myself permission to do 3 contracts, a 3 contract limit. Main reason being is I believe there's math behind it for me. I believe that if you are going to trade the NASDAQ, for every 1 contract that you get access to, if you want a sustainable day trading account, for every 1 contract of the NASDAQ that you get access to, you should get about $1,000 of daily loss, which would equate to 50 points. Meaning, so in my eyes, if I'm having 3 contracts, a 3 contract limit on the NASDAQ, I want a 3,000, or sometimes I do like 3,300, a $3,000 daily loss limit. That way, for every contract I get access to, I can be wrong like 50 points, basically. Okay. So what I found was throughout the first 3 or 4 months, I actually tried to size up on my live funded futures account like 4 times. I reached out to the risk manager and I was like, hey, I think that there's going to be good action today. I want access to 7 contracts, or I want access to 10 contracts in the exceeded daily loss limit, whatever. I did the math. On the days that I sized up, it's a net neutral. I've lost 5 to 10 grand on certain days. I've made 7 to 15 or whatever that is. It's literally a net neutral. It's like
you hit your daily loss before.
Because the few days that I've had good days on sizing up have been neutral by my losing days, and so which doesn't surprise me because I went from trading 1 contract equals 1,100 daily loss. On those days I sized up, I would increase my contract limit, but I wouldn't match the daily. Or if I did, which I did do it a few times, then all of a sudden my daily loss limit is like 10 grand, right? And so all of a sudden now I open myself up to a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
So what I found basically is that I don't make more by sizing that one bigger. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep it 3 contracts. Once I get to 150K, I might move it to 4 contracts and but even then, 4 contracts would mean I need a $4,000 daily loss limit. 4,000 is over 2.5% of so it's. I'm very proud of the longevity of that account. Again, kind of speaks for itself. 6 months of trading 1 to 2 contracts. And the nice part is all of my, not all of it, like 90% of my profit comes from those 1 to 2 contract trades because the bigger size days net neutral themselves. It can't be like, oh, I had a couple big winning days that like, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, like 95% of the profits I made from that account came from a day in which I was trading 1 to 2 contracts, right? So,
yeah, I hope you guys are listening to what Jake's saying. He's been trading for 8 years now, and he's like one of the best traders I know. I would say like top 3, top 5.
I'm old. I'm old now. 8 years is a long time.
You're not old though. He's not even 30 yet. He's just started when he was really young. So, what would you say is like was there a specific thing that like clicked for you when you like turned super profitable? And is there something that you changed? Did you start adding to winners? Or like when you turned from break even to profitable, or from profitable to like you really extended that curve? Like what did you do?
The emphasis on R multiple, I think that, and even at these, you could look at the trades we were looking at earlier today. If it's for me and the way that my brain works, I think what's really important as a trader is you want to figure out what, and I've talked about this before, but it's Adam, what puts you on tilt, right?
Yeah.
Like what is it that puts you on tilt?
Yeah.
And for me, one of the biggest things that I found was consistently putting me on tilt was I would take a trade, I'd be right, but I'd move my stop loss to even, or I'd move my stop, I'd trail the position, and I'd get taken out, and then the trade would work without me. And when I was going back through my notes and my journaling and my trading videos, I'd be like, okay, damn, like I got stopped out at even before the trade worked. And then after that, I was pissed and I went nuclear and I did some stupid shit, right? And so what I found more is that, and this isn't the case for everybody, it's a very individual thing, but for me, I would rather the trade go in profit and then come back and take me out at a full loss, and I'm okay with that, than I am a trade go in profit and then take me out at even, right? I hate that because I just don't like it. So I found that trait about myself that put me on tilt. And so the kind of solution for that was everything became about R. It's all R. It's just a game of stacking R's. It's a game of stacking R multiples. It's a game of stacking wins. I truly meant what I said earlier. If a trade is 1-to-1 R, I don't even get out of bed. Like I'm like, why would I do that? Like it's funny because I'm actually looking on my MyFunded Futures live account on the let's see what the winning percentage is. My guess would be that my winning percentage is somewhere around the 45% mark on that account.
Yeah. That's what I was telling. Like I've been telling people, like one of the best traders I know have like 40% win rates.
Yeah, I don't win. I lose more often than I win.
Yeah, me too. But like when I win, I hold for the bangers, you know.
Yeah. Let's see what my okay, so my win rate is 43.14%.
Okay.
The best trade was $15,000, $15,100. My worst trade was minus 3,200. So the math kind of speaks for itself there.
Yeah.
Where my average winner is about 3,200. My average loser is about 1,000. So.
Oh wow! Your average winner is 3,200.
Yeah, my average winner is 3,200. My average loser is about 1,000. And so again, it's kind of like practicing what I preach. You know, like for me, as the market does trigger another lower high, again, I can't take, this is a 2-bar pullback this time. I can't. 2-bar pullback is just, I just don't know if I can.
On the 2-minute?
This is a 5-minute. Even on the 5, we got a 2-bar pullback.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Is it just because like it didn't retrace enough?
It's a retracement, but
I see your level of like 7.
That's what I was gonna say. So basically, if we get to my level, I'm gonna eat a loss, right? And then I'm gonna be going from that reshort
that's
down and off, and I'm like, fuck, man, like. So I'm not beating myself up over it, but so what's nice is that my stats from my MyFunded Futures live account, my Top Step live account stats are basically mimicked. I don't take the same trades on them, but I trade the same system, right? So because I trade the same system, My stats are kind of mimicked. So let me see the Top Step Live account though.
Hey, weren't you like number 2 or number 3 on the leaderboard for
Somewhere,
a while?
yeah,
For a
number
while,
5 or
yeah. I don't
6
think the
now, but I'm
audience
the only one.
understands. Like Jake is the guy. He's
I'm
the
only,
man.
I'm the only. I think I'm the only one.
Like listen to what he's saying right now. Like he's been rinsing these props.
So here's what's on my Top Step. This is a really interesting stat that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I was looking at this yesterday on my Top Step Live account, which again, not trying to sound cocky, but somebody, not me, made a graph. I think over the last 30 days, I'm one of the only people on that list that's like profitable. The March 2025, we had 20 trading days so far. We'll have 21 by the 31st. I won, which this is probably my craziest month yet, but on this Top Step account,
Yeah.
of the 20 trading days, I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I lost 14 of the 19 trading days that we had on Top Step. And so if I hadn't taken a trade on that day, if I lost, it would be 20 losing trading days for 5. I basically have won 5 days all month on this Top Step Live account.
Yeah.
It is up.
And it's net positive, is your point.
Yeah, it's up 60 grand. So like it's which I was going through a little bit of, on March. March I had
ICT is actually in the house right now. He asked, "What is your best trade if you remove your highest winner?"
If my best trade if I remove my highest winner.
Yeah.
So like basically, what's my second best trade?
Yeah.
The same number. So I'm looking
It's
at top.
still,
Yeah.
it was 15,000. Your best winner.
Oh, on the My Funded Futures.
On My Funded Futures, but Top Step, I think you had a 40K
Top
winning
Step
trade.
Yeah, Top Step I had
40K,
42K, 29K, 29K, 22K, and my losers are about 4K. My whole point of what I'm saying is, again, ignore the numbers behind it, the 60. I lost 19. No, excuse me. I lost 14 out of 19 days.
Yeah.
14 out of 19 I lost, which I'm not happy with how I traded in March. In the beginning of the month, Top Step increased my daily loss limit. Excuse me, they increased my contract size without telling me. Like I told you earlier, I have a very specific ratio that I like to use for. I like one NASDAQ for $1,100 of daily loss. They gave me 15 contracts with a 4,500 daily loss. They basically messed up my rate. That put me on tilt for a few weeks where I was basically just not performing well. Despite the few weeks of tilt, despite losing 14 days in a trading month out of 19, my account came out mega positive. Right? So like it's just an emphasis overall. I can't emphasize it enough.
Are you adding to your winners?
I do add winners sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
So like for example, today
when you're doing that, are you then moving your stop up like naturally just based on the structure, like to the lower?
Yeah. You
have a higher low and you're long. You're putting it there. Okay.
I'm trailing under previous high lows and lower highs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I do is very simple. I'm a believer that some of the very first stuff that you learned as a trader, any of us, lower highs, higher lows, trends, that is often all you need. It's just the devil's in the details.
Right. The details of what exactly?
The details of the candle of how candles close, how they form. So this stuff is all very important to me. Sorry, man. There's another. This potential lower high is working. This is crazy, man. I like that one more than the others, but still, I can't do anything on this. So somebody, just to bring it back to the question, somebody asked, because I do think it's an important one. If you take off your biggest winner,
ICT asked that actually. He's in the chat.
Oh yeah, you take off your biggest winner. So let me see on my funded futures. Switch to that.
Someone said he lost 14 days this month and he's up how much? 60,000, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's on my Top Step account. On my funded futures, it's more.
Hey, bro.
Let's see. My funded futures, my biggest winner is not that much bigger. My biggest winner is 19K. Or no, I'm sorry. What was it? 15K.
Yeah, you said 15.
And my second biggest winner, 13.6.
Wow.
Then I have one day 14. Yeah. So I mean, I no,
Yeah, I mean, I've
there's
seen-
no. That's what the point that I'm trying to make. There's no one big outliers that are carrying these these accounts. So, and I love you all. If you are curious about them, feel free to ask Mr. Matt Leach or Mr. MP if I'm telling the truth.
I mean, yeah, you've been featured on there.
Just go ahead and ask them. That's it. Feel free to ask either of those two prop firms which live trader is currently performing like this. And
yeah, not many, dude. That's why. That's why you're on my show right now. I don't ask everyone.
That being said, I will say one of the things that I've been talking about and thinking a lot lately, and I'm trying to remind myself today, right, is that I think one thing that people, traders, really struggle with is perfectionism. Trading is a skill where hindsight bias remains strong above all else. And you can even argue that for me today, because multiple times I was like, oh, I wanted to take this entry, I want to take that entry. Yeah, well, you fucking did it. Pardon my friend. But you didn't, right? Like I didn't take those entries. And so one of the things that it's an industry that's really easy to feel that way, though, because it's so easy to look back on after and be like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. You are never going to be perfect as a trader. You're never going to catch the full trade. You're never going to catch every single thing A to Z. So it's important to remind yourself, don't try to be perfect. And I'm trying to, again, today's a little bit frustrating for me because just based off the way I trade, when I have an opportunity to catch more than 2 or 3 R's, I really should. But one of the things I'm trying to remind myself is that you're not perfect, Jake. You're not perfect. You've caught a lot of great trades this week, and it's okay to not be perfect on every single one. But
yeah, same. I mean, I definitely am a perfectionist as well.
It's easy to feel that way, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like I said. Like after the trade's over, I just always look at what could I've done better. And sometimes there's just like nothing you could have done better at the time, and that's it. But other times that there's little tweaks here and there, and that's important. But other than that, yeah, you're right that lower high is holding.
That one worked out, yeah. So again, this would have worked as a little scalp, a little potential lower high into the level at 7/7s. We're holding 7/7s as of right now. But it
was 7/7s.
But 5/7/7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. It's 11. It's time to do more giveaways. Yeah. Make sure fill out this forms. Step 1. Because we will be checking the winners. And if you haven't, then it's just like we'll have to choose somebody else, and that's annoying, right? So definitely fill out that form first if you haven't already. It's been pinned in the chat forever. Now let's go to what else did ICT say? Covered pizza costs and lunch is funny. You know what? ICT said that his favorite bagel is butter and cream cheese. You guys, I think that's like wild.
That's crazy. Butter and cream cheese?
Scandalous.
Yeah, dog. I don't know about that one, man. Where I'm from, people get killed for less than that. That's crazy.
Less than that is funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, you guys. So just type giveaway in the chat for the next giveaway. Let's see. Let's show it on the screen. Yeah, people are listening. That's good. Share screen, share. We're going to do 10 just with that one. So
hell yeah, brother.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We dropped some sauce in the stream. Like, hope you guys have been listening. Like, he's full of wisdom. 8 years. He's been trading options first, and then came into futures.
I still do options.
Yeah,
Still love options.
yeah.
They're great,
Still
but
do options.
futures are just such a great daily vehicle, man.
Yeah.
Someone asked me the other day, they're like, why are you trading futures more than nowadays? Why are you trading futures more? Blah, blah. I'm like, because I'm really good at it. Like, what? Like,
yeah. Like, obviously.
Why would I not? Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity. Like with prop firms, you can stack and win a lot. Like that's the issue without a lot of investment in there. Like you just buy a few accounts, you blow a few accounts too. Some people blow more than others. And then once you actually have your model, like you can just your risk is really what you put into it. So I've seen people it's definitely changed people's lives. Here, first winner is Omid CA. Type something in the chat to claim your prize. Omid. Okay, great. Next winner. Let's play some. All right, let's see this. Let's just play some music in the background. See what I found. Next winner. Okay, this is in Greek, so I cannot pronounce this winner, but Delta Ada Epsilon, if that's the first 3 letters of your name. There you go. They're here. Yo, someone's name on YouTube is broke ass MF. I hope you win. All right. Number 13 out of 20. Let's go. I hope broke ass MF wins. Josh won. Congrats to Josh. Type something in the chat right before the beat drop. All right. Let's see. Giveaway number 14. Some of your names are so funny. I saw TTTTT just now. ABY Trading. Type something in the chat. So, like, at what point do you, like, walk away from the screen after the trading day? Like, you didn't catch anything. Are you going to stick around for lunch?
I usually around 11:30 is when I will try to leave if nothing's there. But it varies dependent because there will be some days where if we have a trend and I'm a part of it, like if Mr. Shoulda Coulda Woulda here, but let's just say I was in a short from earlier and still holding partials, I'd stick around. Like I'd stay, and I have when trend days happen, they typically happen a few different ways, right? And so one of the things at its core, what a trend day is a daily chart candle closing aggressively. If we're going to get that, I'm willing to stick around and be a part of it, So I like today, I'm willing to stick it out for a bit.
All right. Let's see, number 15, giveaway number 15. Taha War Hamad Zaki. type something to claim your prize. Type something in the chat. Let me take a look. Yeah, we just broke below Friday's low. How much are we down in the day, you guys? Are we down? We're down 2% right now. All right. Okay, cool. Next winner, number 16. We'll see if Tamad claimed his. Are you seeing any pullback? Like this 2-minute pullback, would you trade that or no?
No, again, this is the kind of thing where it's
You don't have
one
any
thing I will say is that
577
yeah, we're at the
again.
577s. Every lower high today on a 2-minute time frame has
held, yeah.
Lower high. There's one right there, the 1 bar pullback, but it counts.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Every single one has worked. So by that logic, I would expect continuation down, but on trend days, they work until they fail, right?
Yeah.
And so
yeah, exactly.
I don't want to. I now.
You don't get in towards the end and then be part of the reversal.
Yeah,
that happened to me yesterday actually, and then I was like, okay, it's fine. This is probably a reversal. Then I tried longs, and then small win on there, but congrats to Dong Hoon. Type something in the chat to claim your prize. Oops. Bum, 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 bum. Here we are. I mean, we broke again back below Friday's low. I mean, I know it sucks because it's like barely any retracement. And on these days, you could just have to choose any little imbalance and get in there, any little retracement.
I'm not gonna lie. My trade setup that I wanted was from that 822s into the 716s. I do feel like the move that I was going to make a bunch of money on earlier has passed a bit.
Yeah.
But
because
I'm waiting to see if something else. Yeah, again, I'm waiting to see if something else sets itself up well.
Yeah. All right, winner number 17. Someone with a check mark. I can't even see who. Me, question mark. Who put that up? Jacob. Someone said, Jake, if Jimmy Butler is GOAT, then I should win it. Juan Manuel Olivar.
Hey, Jimmy Butler is my guy. Even though I'm not happy with how he's been performing lately. God, I love Jimmy Butler. Yeah. No, but the story of Jimmy Butler is the reason I love him so much. He was born and raised a very average dude. In the NBA, in order to succeed, you typically are born with physical traits that make you give you an edge. Like a lot of people have really long arms, a long wingspan. Jimmy Butler is like blatantly average. He's not very fast for his position. He's not very tall. His wingspan is very short. He's not very long. By all like traditional standards of what you would expect out of an athlete, he is not a superstar from a physical perspective. And I love that because for me, as I'm sure you all know, I have a whole lot of learning disabilities, and some consider me a little bit special. And somehow I've managed to turn that into quite a superpower with trading. You really don't have to. Jimmy Butler is a big motivation for me in that, and that you are in this world what you make yourself. And he made himself into an all-NBA basketball player. I turned myself into what I believe is a world-class trader.
Definitely. I mean, Congrats to VS. Type something in the chat to claim your prize. It's our 17th winner. Someone donated $2. Smoke and Burrow. Thank you. He said, y'all make a funny team with receipts to back it up. Word. That's funny. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. VS claimed. So we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, we have 3 more winners, you guys. 3 more winners. So now we're having a bit of a pullback there.
We are, yeah.
So, you know, this is
577s is holding. The levels are doing good stuff today.
Let's see. Yeah, let me pull that up. Let's see. Winner number 18. Hamazaki Tahawar. Fernando, yeah, you said there's already 18 in my list, but someone did not claim it. So I think Dong Hoon didn't register, didn't type something in the chat. So bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think this person was already selected once.
Yeah,
so
like
I think I'll have to
comments right now.
re-roll
Not
this.
again.
We'll re-roll it. Yeah, it looks like that the name's not there twice, so that's fine. Okay, they didn't accept it anyway, so we're good. There's still 3 more winners left to be selected. Re-roll because that, I mean, yeah, that winner already happened and they didn't claim it, so I'm glad there's no controversy there. How long did it take you to become profitable? Do you know?
Yeah, so it was like 3 years, 4 years. It was 2020 era where I started to make some real progress. So it was end of 2017 when I started.
Okay.
And I basically ate shit for like 2 years straight. And
wow.
I talk about this in a few different podcasts, but I'm a firm believer that you can, I'm a firm believer that, sorry, I got distracted.
Congrats, it's okay. Congrats
here.
to Julia JF006. And we have 2 more winners to get selected. So go ahead, continue.
No, I was just going to say that I'm a, God, I forget. What were we talking about?
How long it took you? You ate shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm a firm believer that no matter how bad you of a hole you put yourself in as a trader, there's like a way to get over it if you can change your mindset. So I was at one point was just mentally in a really bad place when I was starting to trade, to the point where I was even like, I'd take my paychecks, I'd get them on Friday and they'd be gone, by next Wednesday. I told you about, I said that on podcasts, and it's just, I've been through some dark lows as a trader, but I'm also a believer that you have to go through those, because one of the people that I took away some, I don't know if I call them mentor because I never took a course and never learned anything, but I listened intently to their content. And one of the things that trade like Mike Spinoza, who's been around for even longer than me. One of the phrases that he used that I loved was trial by fire. He basically said that at no point can anyone figure this out for you. The only way you're going to succeed is by getting burned enough times that you figure out how to stop. Your skin becomes flame resistant, right?
Yeah.
So,
congrats to our 19th winner, Wilder Castellano. Second, we'll choose number 20. Yeah. But finish up your story.
Yeah, I think that it's no matter what kind of trading career you started out with, you don't have to be defined by it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to be defined by it. I have shifted into a dramatically different trader, than I was 6 years ago. And
Okay.
I honestly think I'm probably even a dramatically different trader than I was 3 years ago. And I'm trading the exact same strategy. Nothing has changed. It's just now I've gotten better. I've continued to improve.
Yeah.
It's really weird. That's on my heart.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish, you guys. And on that note, let's choose number 20. Oh my God, we gave away 20 accounts here. As long as you filled out that giveaway form that's pinned in the chat, we'll get that assigned to your email. And what a Friday. We're down 2% on the NASDAQ. So it's been like a Wednesday high of the week, Friday low of the week type of weekly candle. Setting up for more downside next week. Even if we miss today's trade or anything, I mean, there's plenty more setups happening. I think, my bias for next week is continued bearishness. Yeah.
Dude, if this candle on the NQ closes like this, I honestly would expect a gap down on Monday. If we close anywhere near like this at the lows, I expect a pretty significant. Like I just don't see a world in which we don't. Right now, not only are we putting in an outside bar on the weekly, but we failed to go higher first. We're retesting. Like it's a pretty ugly ass chart. That to me kind of screams 18 point. I think we have another 1,000 points of room down over the next few weeks.
I can see that happening. That's not out of the question. Our last winner, number 20, claim your prize by typing something in the chat. Empowerment TV. Let's go. Let's see if they claim it. Do. Otherwise, we re-roll. We'll see if it shows up there. Oof. I don't know. It says latest. Oh, it says last winner, Empowerment TV. Okay, it is there. Latest winner is last winner. Okay. Well, congratulations, everybody. Yeah, there it is. It popped up now. Empowerment TV. Congrats if you won. This has been our biggest giveaway yet, ever. It's been fun. I mean, it's been fun having Jake here on the stream. I think I've learned a lot just from our little conversations here and there. Let's if you had one piece of advice for someone who's maybe a break-even trader, struggling to make profit, break even.
I think the thing we talked about earlier about perfectionism, I think that really holds people back because everybody has said in the past, like I'm not reinventing the wheel here. In order to be a good trader, you need to be a good loser, right? Again, not reinventing the wheel there, not expecting to be reinventing the wheel there. But one of the things that I think people don't talk about enough is the trading. It's so easy to feel like I should have been perfect because there's no other career skill that I know where it's so blatantly easy to look back at something and then like, oh, I should have done that, right?
Yeah.
Like in trading, you can literally look back and find strategies that you use that present themselves after that and be like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done that, right? So giving yourself some grace to not be perfect is super important in my opinion, right? And again, it's this kind of reminder. Anytime that I look at my stats, it kind of just shows me the same proof. The other thing that I think is fascinating is really at the bottom of my heart, there are these days where I get annoyed. Like Tuesday it happened to me. On Tuesday, I got stopped out by I got stopped out on my second trade and I hit my daily loss limit. And within a clap you not 2 or 3 points, we reversed and made the move that I wanted, right? That in a past life would have ruined my month. I just like being in a trade that gets wicked out by a couple points and then makes a massive move. If I hadn't got a wicked out of that trade, it would have been another multi-5 figure day on Tuesday for me. And instead it was a red daily loss day, right? And so in the past, perfectionism Jake would have been like, that's not okay. That you need to change what you're doing. That's not okay. You had the opportunity to be perfect here and you weren't, right? When in reality, it's just another day. Like it's
another day at the office.
It's another day at the office. Shit happens. You're not perfect. Close close enough in trading. And if you
That's
try
true.
to be perfect, you're just going to miss on a lot of stuff, right? And
Yeah.
so what I would encourage you all to do is give yourself some leeway and extend your time horizon. I will also say that in the last even 2 years of my trading career, I still feel like I'm feeling exponential growth. Not necessarily, excuse me, not necessarily from a dollar value perspective, but from my emotion, right? Like I said, a year ago, Jake that eats that daily loss limit and then the trade works without him, that probably pisses me off a lot more a year ago than it pisses me off today, because I've just been through it more and more and more and more. So as you build reps and as you go through the trial by fire and build that thick skin, you'll notice that these things that used to annoy you a lot less, right? Like getting stopped out before a trade works. It's not the end of the world. Missing a trade like this today, it's not the end of the world, right? You start to you become more accepting of the days where you're not perfect, but you become more critical of the days where you make obvious mistakes. So that's now, if I have a day where I make very obvious mistakes, and like those 2 weeks in early March where I was trading on top of it, I hit daily loss every day. I was taking like pre-market entries, like not really like in a downtrend. I was going long, expecting failures. Like it was just bad trading, and I became critical of myself of those days. And I was like, this isn't me. This isn't just another day at the office. This is me with a self-inflicted gun wound, right? And that's what I don't want. So that would really be my biggest piece of advice that I would say is that one, stop focusing on being perfect, but two, be critical of yourself when you make blatant mistakes, right? Don't be critical of yourself when it's just another day at the office and you know, but when you make a blatant mistake that was like, come on, it was a mistake. Those are the days to be overly critical of yourselves, very critical, and be like, yo, I need to do something to make a change.
Okay. But even so, I don't think that being overly critical is very helpful a lot of times. Like I'm trying to make sure you don't shame yourself.
No, agreed.
Note like what you've done wrong and could do better, and like that maybe that like critical.
I think that it's more for me on the days where you make a mistake that like was dumb. Like let's say you tried to buy the dip today off of 716. You didn't even wait for a signal bar. You didn't wait for any kind of reversal. You just bought the level. For me, I would have called that a silly mistake. And so when I say be critical of yourself in that, what I ultimately mean is that when I'm going back through the journaling process and I'm going and saying, hey, did I have a good day? Did I have a bad day? If I just tried to long this level blindly, that's a bad problem. That's a mistake that I shouldn't have made. And I should be aware that if I continue to make those mistakes, I'm going to put myself in a bad hole. If my mistake on the day was like today, where I saw an entry and I skipped it for whatever reason, that's not a day where I need to be like wildly hypocritical of myself. I do want to note that. I want to put that in my journal. I want to put that in my video review. I want to make a mental note of it. But I'm not going to be sitting there like beating myself up, for something that I don't think was an end of the world mistake. On a day when you are making obvious mistakes, that's when I think to look in the mirror more, right? That's when I think you look in the mirror more.
Okay. That's a great, I think, little spiel we had there for those break-even traders and people that like feel they're so close but can't get to a payout. Just stop being so overly perfectionist where you run yourself into a hole because of that. And be self-critical, but not to a point where you shame yourself. Just keep journaling and understand. I think just that self-awareness is so many people now.
It's important.
Not self-aware in general.
For sure. It's just really important to me that you understand where you went wrong on a trade and if it's something to focus on or if it's no big deal, right? Like that's the important factor for me, because there's going to be a lot of trades that you take. Like for me, arguably 50 or 60% of the trades I take, it's not that I'm doing anything wrong. I took a shot. That shot was wrong, right? And that's cool. On those trades, I should basically give myself no feedback whatsoever, right? And on the days on the mistakes where I know I did something where I'm like, man, why did I even do that? those are the days where I should be willing to give myself more feedback. Yeah, I completely agree. I think that, and then just longer time horizon. Trading is really hard, and you get better every single year. Like I would bet, year 5 or 6 now?
I'm year 5, yeah.
Year 5, I would bet that on year 8, you look back on year 5 and you're like, holy crap. Like I was making mental mistakes. There's no way I'd make those mistakes. It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and I'm a firm believer in that. I really am. There's no, it's the comparison I use a lot is basketball. It's like shooting 3-pointers. There's no replacement for muscle memory. There just isn't. Yeah. There's no replacement for your muscles remembering how you do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
And even with 3-pointers, like what percentage are they really getting in? Like
40%.
40%.
3-point. If you shoot 40% from 3, you are considered an elite 3-point shooter. Nowadays, it's probably a little bit higher for elite. 40% from 3 is good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. 40% win rate on trading is solid. Like as long as your arm matches, there's a little bit more nuance to it, obviously. But.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, you guys. Like, definitely, I'm gonna rewatch a stream, especially at some points where I have Jake answering questions while I'm picking the winners, because he does drop a lot of sauce here, and I'm very thankful that he came onto the stream. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this. You want to see more guests on the stream. If you want to see Jake again, comment that. And also, if you want to see more giveaways in the future, hitting that like button just helps us reach more people and like continue the giveaways. And that's it for today. Friday, don't be the degenerate. It's one of the harder days of the week where, it's very enticing to blow your account. So probably the number one day, I think.
Friday. Oh, yeah.
And check out Jake. His stuff is in the description, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you again to Tanya for having me. I'm very, very grateful for all of you listening. I hope you gained some insight out of this information. Trust me, I wish I caught the short as much as you do. But yeah, Tanya, I'm really, really grateful for you having me today, and definitely will not be the last time. Definitely.
Awesome. More in the future. I'll see you guys. Have a great weekend.